Hello, welcome to Vid-o-rama, where we remember the VHS releases of the past in graphic detail. My name's Edward Jones. If this is a return visit, welcome back, and if this is your first time here, I extend a warm welcome to you. Here on this channel, I paint tributes to the movie rentals of the past. This time round, I'm painting a tribute to Demon Wind from 1990. So I've got my paints all ready. These are the colours we'll be using today. We'll put the names up on the screen for you. There's a scene involving a barn in this movie, so I'm going to use that as the backdrop. So we're going to mix ourselves some grey. Just get that on there. Now I want to get a thin layer of paint on this, so I'm now going to use my finger. So I'll just get my finger in there, mix it up, and here we go. A thin layer of paint should stop harsh lumps from appearing in the final piece. Okay then. Demon Wind. This movie concerns a young man called Corey who, following on from his father's recent suicide, travels with his girlfriend Elaine and a group of friends to a deserted farm that once belonged to his grandparents, hoping to find out what's happened to them, unaware that they were killed by demons 60 years before. Now unable to leave the site due to a mysterious fog that envelops the farm, the group is attacked by various vicious demons who pick them off one by one. Armed with a pair of daggers, they fight them off and learn more about what happened to his grandparents and attempt to fight for their lives, leading up to a showdown with the Great Demon. The film is clearly inspired by such movies as Demons and The Evil Dead. The film was written and directed by Charles Philip Moore. He had previously worked as a second writer on Twisted Nightmare, which was released in 1987. Demon Wind would be the first of 4 movies that he would write and direct, followed by Black Belt and Dance with Death in 1992, and then Angel of Destruction in 1994. Now I don't want this to be a solid grey, so I'm adding streaks of a lighter colour. Okay, I'll just wash my brush and get myself a pen and this old wooden base that I have, which I will use to draw a pentagram. As an artist, you will use whatever you can find around the studio to achieve the end result. And then I use my ruler for the straight lines. In the movie, the pentagram is drawn in blood, and if you check back on the original drawing, you'll see that I intended to replicate that. But I rather like these sharp, defined lines, so I think I'll keep them. Makes good use of that grey background. I touched on the career of director Charles Philip Moore, and after directing Angel of Destruction in 1994, Charles Philip Moore went on to only write movies, one of which was the screenplay for the 1995 remake of Not of This Earth. And then there was Black Rose of Harlem in 96, Dustin Cliff 7, which was in 97, and he also wrote Terminator Man in 1998. And then there was Heaven's Fire in 1999, and then his credits stop. Now I'll paint these old bones using a variation of the titanium white. I'll use the black and add varying tones of grey accordingly. I don't want these bones to look bleached, but I also want to establish that it is indeed a skeleton. I'll add more rough edges and cracks with the pen. Have you noticed how I've not actually said what this is? Well, you'll get no spoilers here. I want you to go and watch the movies I paint on this channel for yourselves. I could spend all day adding detail. In fact, sometimes I do. Okay, so let's get this rose red that's been waiting patiently for me here and make a start on the Great Demon. If you are a regular to this channel, you'll know how much I love painting creatures. I said before I'll try not to give any spoilers, but I couldn't resist including this big guy. The special makeup effects technician on this movie was David Leroy Anderson, a man with many movies to his name, Pet Sematary, Shocker, along with many blockbuster movies, which earned him 2 Academy Awards. One was for The Nutty Professor and the other for Men in Black. Both wins were shared with Rick Baker. His third Oscar nomination was for Cinderella Man, a nomination he shared with his father, the equally talented makeup artist Lance Anderson, whom he co-founded AFX Studios with. Still going, headed by David and his wife, Heather Lingenkamp, who of course is best known for playing Nancy in Nightmare on Elm Street. I'll just add some lighter pink. At the time of recording this video, we've made it to 200 subscribers, which is just fantastic. Thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider it. It really does help the channel out. We have many artists watching. If you're an artist, say hello in the comments. Let me know what sort of work you do. Since I started this channel last year, I've had many people get in touch from all over the world, and I've been blown away by the work they do. So reach out and show me what you're working on. I'd love to see it. If not on here, you'll find all my social networking links in the description. I've had a few people also tell me that they work on their projects along with my videos and live streams, which makes me very happy. So look me up and let me know what you're working on. Is he not beautiful? How's that looking? He needs something. You know me by now. Let's bloody this guy up. It's not blood red, but it's red. And we know what that means. We make the association. More so if we see it dripping from the mouth of a demonic-looking beast. Much like before, but in reverse, a dark colour is applied onto a light colour, making it stand out. It's all layers. This messy blood splatter also helps define the shape of the face and makes it look cool. Who doesn't like gore? As I go along, I add the occasional splatter of blood here and there, suggesting movement, creating interest. And with my white pen, I'll add reflecting light. This helps to achieve a wet look. And with the white pen, I'll add some stray hairs. I'll also add various marks, pits and sores to his face. Messy eater. Did you spot this little guy here? He represents my little friend, Dave Hedgehog. We've had hedgehogs visiting the garden for years, but this year we set up a nature cam. We'll put some clips up for you now. Here he is. This is Dave. Dave Hedgehog, one of our regulars in the garden. He's been an absolute joy. Every morning before I start work, I look over the footage we captured from the night before, seeing him going about his day. Winter is rolling in, and so we've been doing our part, helping him prepare for hibernation. I built a little house for him just under the studio window and filled it with dry leaves and hay, and he seems to like it. It's been a highlight and a privilege being able to look into the life of these fascinating animals. Ooh, a big yawn there, as he gears up for winter. It's great, isn't he? My little friend Dave Hedgehog. While you were watching, Dave, I carried on working on the likeness of the hero of the movie, the guy tasked with beating the devil, Corey, as played by Eric Larson. This would be his only film role, but he's still working today in both television and theatre. I thought I would be a little creative with his jacket there, and so I have it merging with the mountain. The film takes place in a secluded spot surrounded by hills, not unlike the ones we have here in North Wales, so I only have to look out my window for reference. The fog plays a big part in the movie, so I wanted to depict it rolling in over the mountains, creating an eerie, solitary, isolated look. I want the fog to have a varying density to it, so I'm applying different tones of grey with my finger, just dabbing it, smudging the edges. It gives it a soft look. And if you're not happy with it, wet your finger, go back and do it again, and keep doing it until you're happy with it. I work in sections, not too much, just a single tone, and then mix them up. And I find this to be a relaxing and effective way of creating either fog, mist, smoke, or happy clouds. I will just jump back to Francine Lapensée, who played Elaine. Before this movie, she appeared in Alien Private Eye in 1989 and would go on to star in several other movies, including 2002, The Rape of Eden, which was released in 1994. She was also the cover girl for both Secret magazine in 1990 and Easy Riders in 1994. This is the old farmhouse, or at least what's left of it, which was a nice effect. Now in the film, that skeleton was more to the right, but I think it squares off the image better there. I hope you will grant me some artistic license. Now with the farmhouse defined, I add another level to the foreground. Some more ominous fog. Time-wise, I know we've gone over a little, but let's add a creepy old tree in here, just reaching into the shot. Create some interest. This movie featured on the last drive-in with Joe Bob Briggs, and according to Joe Bob, the fog we see in the movie was real. They actually shot around real fog. Speaking of Joe Bob, this painting can be found in issue 10 of the Joe Bob Briggs fanzine. You'll find the link for it in the description. It features the work of many talented people, and you'll be able to learn more about this amazing movie. So go over to Paddy Jack Press and order it today. This skeleton has been outside for some time, so I'm once again adding varying tones, avoiding that bleached look I've mentioned before. I want to suggest that there might be some leftover decaying matter on the bones. The white pen suggests light, which helps define the shape of the skeleton, and I'll add the cracks and the rough edges to the bones with the black pen. Likewise with the cracks, scratches and wood grains in the cross. Before I go, I would like to express my gratitude to my very kind Patreon supporters out there. If you've enjoyed this video and you would also like to support the channel, you will find the relevant link in the description. I think we're done now, so we'll just sign this and call this painting done. I'd like to thank you for joining me today and keeping me company. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe. But until the next time, happy painting, my friends.